ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the top right position of Dusk Towers, we have the Teal Protoss, currently up 1-0. He's KiF1rE. And spawning in the bottom position as the green Terran player, we have HTOMario. Mario went for a pretty weird build last game. He's going to send out a fast SCV scout as he starts his barracks. KiF1rE, what's he going to do? So KiF1rE does some pretty interesting builds, to be honest, guys. He's going gate, gas, and this makes me think he's not going to go for a fast Nexus. So, I mean, it's tricky, right? Because, oh, is he going to go for the fast Nexus? All right, because he went for the fast core last game, but I guess this map is a bit bigger than Orbital Shipyard. He's got a better position for being able to defend and make something happen. At the very least, he should be okay, because Mario's not playing super aggressive this game. He's gone for that standard barracks timing and refinery. Everything is pretty sweet. Everything is pretty nice. Nothing really that weird. And at the same time, look at this fast reactor. I like this a lot. This is actually, I like to do this sometimes. I know Innovation does this a lot on Korean Ladder. That's why I started doing it, at least. Just look at his match history and steal his builds. KiF1rE just basically saying, hey, probe, GTFO. Nobody wants you here, SCV. Nobody wants you here. You're the only mech unit that's not allowed. You know why? Because you're also biological. Alright, in case you guys didn't know that, the SCV is the only unit in the game that is both biological and mechanical at the same time. Except for the Hellbat, but the Hellbat kind of changes back and forth. The Hellbat's like not sure, you know? It's like one of those questionable ones on the test. Command Center on the way, double Marine, factory. So this is a pretty standard opening for Mario. I'm curious if he'll get a second gas or not and try to follow up with a quick starport, or if he's going to go for just a quick Cyclone and maybe a couple of extra barracks or a third command center. There's a couple of different options for him. There's a couple different ways that he can do it, but it's not really that big of a deal. Mario starts the bunker on the low ground, so he's getting into a position where he can try to defend, try to make something happen here. If there were something like a pylon rush, which we've already seen KiF1rE do, and SCV just running around, trying to scout, look for a proxy Stargate, while the first adept gets out on the map. And this is going to be KiF1rE trying to see what's out on the map, trying to find a position where he can do something like get around this bunker. Unfortunately, having the bunker on the low ground, there's not much that's going to happen. That's pretty much all he can do. So this is a very normal build order. He's going for the starport. He took the second gas. He only has 2 SCVs on this gas. I don't know if that's a mistake or not. And Tech Lab on the factory. So we should be seeing him go into a quick Cyclone. Okay, it's Widow Mine. Okay, so this is straight out of Innovation's playbook then. He's going to go for the Widow Mine. Wait, he canceled it. Damn it, Mario. Make up your mind. I thought he was going to go Mine Drop. Instead, it's a Cyclone. And the starport does not have enough gas to actually build anything. Then we have 2 adepts at the front with this probe. Now, he's not sending out the mothership core. In fact, he doesn't even have... Wait, where is it? Okay, yeah, it's at home. I was blind. I'm blind, guys. I'm sorry. So, he's going to pull back. He sees the bunker. He knows, okay, guys, I can't really do too much against this. He went up. He saw the factory. He kind of has an idea of what's coming his way from Mario's side of things. And that quick Cyclone is always going to be a good move. You know, we have the Oracle on the way. It seems KiF1rE really likes this Stargate play. So, KiF1rE, with this Stargate, moving out on the map with this Oracle. He's going up to 3 gateways. He's getting a Robo. So, very similar setup to last game, minus the part where, you know, obviously they both cheesed each other at the same time. And I think that's also an important thing to note because we're going into a bit of a different composition from KiF1rE. It's this fast Phoenix play. Phoenix are phenomenal against any type of early Liberator play. Phoenix are phenomenal against any type of early drop play. Phoenix are phenomenal against any type of early Widow Mine play. You can lift them up. Here comes the Oracle, trying to find somewhere to get damage done, but there's a lot of Marines, kills 1 SCV building a barracks, and he's just going to keep hovering around. There's not much to do here. The Cyclone's going to make its way over to the natural expansion, so I don't expect this Oracle to get much accomplished here. And what's he going to do? Oh, Stasis Sword on the 3rd. I do like this a lot. It's really easy to accidentally set this off as a Terran, because oftentimes you're going to move a 3rd command center and then rally an SCV, and then as the command center is here, the SCV hits this, triggers it, and boom, bang. you don't have the ability to take your base anymore. So this is a cloaked structure. Stepping in its proximity would actually freeze the area for a temporary moment. And still a couple Phoenix coming out from KiF1rE while he gets his robotics base. So I'm expecting maybe disruptors again. I'm not entirely sure. And KiF1rE is just kind of chilling right now. This is a good way to play Protoss. I'm surprised he hasn't taken a third base though. And I think the reason why he hasn't taken a third base, oh my god, Mario's actually going up to 5 racks on 2 bases with no second gases. Okay, so that's actually a pretty smart play to stick on 2 bases, maybe for KiF1rE. I still feel like he could get away with a third base. But he's a bit concerned because he sees what I see, which is no third command center. And as well as, like, there's no... the upgrades weren't very early, so there's no armory. There's no setup here that's going to allow Mario to play late game right now. He has infrastructure. Now he's taking some extra gases. But a bit concerning because no third command center means he's putting himself into a very dire position. And this Oracle comes in. I love this. Uses Revelation. So now he has vision of his base. Mario's going to scan back. He sees the Robo base, sees the robotics facility. He won't see this disruptor pop out, but he already saw disruptors used by KiF1rE in the last game. So I think Mario has a good idea of what KiF1rE is up to. And this third Nexus not being done yet is honestly just a blessing because I feel like if KiF1rE had gone for a super fast third base, then Mario might actually be in a little bit of trouble just because if the economy had paid off by the time Mario attacked him, he'd have a much bigger army to defend with. But Mario still hasn't started a third command center. He's going to start it now at 7 minutes. And I do like this depot wall, trying to set up a way for him to block access between his bases so that he can stop adepts that get dropped in from running amok between his 2 expansions. And at the same time, still no missile turrets or anything like that. Like, he doesn't want to build turrets. He wants to spend all of his money on infrastructure, which is fine, but then he doesn't have that much economy. So here's the scan from Mario. He sees the third Nexus is done. Probes are coming down. Now, I will say this. Mario's macro has been on point. Not really much or any supply blocks, so to speak of. So he's got a lot of Marines. He's got a good number of tanks. 3, 4, 5 tanks now. He's got the Cyclone still. And he's got the third command center coming in. But +1 attack is done. We need to see +1 armor. And we need to see an armory. KiF1rE is actually switching after 2 disruptors into Colossus as well. So this reminds me a lot of late game or the late beta strat styles. We saw a lot of double Colossus into or double disruptor into double Colossus play because of just how well those Colossi zone out if you try to dive on top of disruptors. Because diving on disruptors is a great way to shut them down, but I mean, you're not going to be able to drop against this. Like, dropping against this would be suicide. And as well as the fact that, oh, there's a stasis ward. That is unfortunate. So we get to see it right there in action. And suddenly we have, how many Marines is this? This is like something like 20 Marines, maybe 15 Marines that cannot do anything. They're like stalled. They're frozen in time, guys. They're frozen in time for like solid 17, 18 seconds in real life. So he has to wait now. This buys a lot of time for KiF1rE because he also sees that stasis ward get triggered. I like that he stims 1 Marine forward. He's trying to bait out another stasis ward, but there is no other stasis ward. The Oracle here, though, is going to see this army, and he knows. He's like, okay, here he comes. Mario's got a lot of Marines, got a lot of tanks, and he's got stim, he's got combat shield. He has everything that he needs to take a good fight against a normal Protoss army, but this isn't quite so normal. He's got Zealots? People still build Zealots? Oh, his charge. Is his charge done yet? No, it's very close, though. It's really important. He already has Resonating Glaives, so these adepts are in their final form. They're very strong. And Mario, he scanned that army, and he's like, Colossus and Disruptors. This is not an army that Marines are very good against. So he's going to immediately transition into Liberators. So Liberators are pretty good. Solid choice here, as they're going to be great for zoning out everything, including Warp Prisms in the air. But KiF1rE is just going to say, all right, man, let's just take another base. Easy. So KiF1rE is going to continue to aggressively expand while Mario builds up this Marine tank army. And look at this. He's on 2 Starport Fusion Core. So the Fusion Core is going to give him access to the Advanced Ballistics upgrade for the Liberators. His Liberators are becoming very powerful. His Liberators are becoming the base gods, destroyers of universes. So the question now is, how fast does the transition for KiF1rE come? He's moving into Fleet Bacon, which means that we will see KiF1rE go for some quick Tempests. And Tempests, I say quickly, relatively quickly. There hasn't been a single engagement in this game, so he's playing this up. He's getting ready to build an army that can deal with Liberators. I will say right now, I'm very concerned because if he pushes in right here and throws away his army into these Liberators, there may be a window for Mario to counterattack because his upgrade is ready for the Liberators. It's just about done. You know, he's ready to take those brownies out of the oven and serve them on a cold platter. But the Tempests have not even begun yet. So KiF1rE can maybe try to trade some supply away. But, yeah, I mean, Mario's just like, back up. If you throw away too much here, it's going to get ugly. And the Phoenix come up. This is actually pretty cute. Picks off a Liberator. Not bad, not bad. There's the Colossus saying, yeah, won't you back that ass up? So he's playing with the position, and I do like this. The Phoenix going to step up again. Disruptor Ball gets just one Marine. And the tanks are going to get dropped underneath to try and help cover those bad boys. The Phoenix continuing to just poke away. I love this. He's losing just a little supply, and he's trading it straight away into Tempest. I'd like to see him get 2 more Stargates to help facilitate this growth. As this is quite dire. Oh, the Cyclone. Great way to deal with those Phoenix. No, no, don't run into the Freedom Zone. Okay. Is Marine Tank a new thing versus Protoss? Yes, yes it is. Disruptor Ball. Disruptor balls, disruptor balls. Disruptor balls need a theme song. Someone should make that. Oh, there's the Freedom Zones. All right, so is he going to fight? Fight or flight. Here we go. The Phoenix are going to actually start to pick off some of these Liberators. They're targeting down the Stalkers. The Colossus are still able to shoot from below. Mothership Core is on top as well. There is always that recall option, but everything is going to be chased down here. And KiF1rE, has he overextended? Mario's got a very powerful army. Double Tempest production has begun, though. We've already got 2 Tempests out of the map. We got 2 Tempests in production. We got Templar Archives on the way as well, which means we'll soon see Psionic Storm. But Storm is not that close. He needs Storm to take out these many Marines. There's so many Marines here. Now, the Colossi are also still a good choice. But, oh, I love this. If this Stasis Ward gets plopped down, he doesn't know about the Stasis Ward. Okay, there's the scan. This is really delicate, because if he triggers that Stasis Ward, shit could get ugly real fast. I think his tanks will kill it, right? I mean, Stasis Wards have only 60 health, so... Oh, he's scan ended. Well, that's unfortunate. I would like to see another scan. That Stasis Ward, if it locks down his army, could really hurt him. He's going to move forward. Yeah, and there we go! Just catches a bunch of his army. Suddenly, a good chunk of these Marines are no longer able to fight. They cannot attack, they cannot move, they cannot take damage, but the Liberators are still zoning away. The Tempests need to get shots off on these Liberators. He's pulling his whole army to the left side to deal with this chunk of Marines, but there's a Freedom Zone right there. He really needs to just keep these Tempests working. We got 3-3 on the way. The Liberator zones are starting to siege forward even more. The Tempests need to get the shots off on this army. The Marines are continuing to press forward. The Colossus gets some shots in, but the Tempests, excuse me, the Liberators are dealing so much damage to those ground forces. Now they're finally going down. That Tempest count is getting so high. 4 Tempests in the back with 2 Colossi right behind them. And these Liberators still got a lot of damage done in this army. A lot of damage, but they are not enough. And it seems KiF1rE, his Tempest army, is just going to be a little too much here for this regular bio-style setup. And I also would say, with no Phoenix range upgrade, the Phoenix are not as good against the Liberators as they could be. Mario's secure in the 4th base right now. And, you know, he chunked out a few good probes here from KiF1rE. But KiF1rE's at 71 workers versus just 48 SCVs. Keep in mind, Mario, of course, has mules, but, you know, mules are not as good as they used to be. And Mario is going to ask for a pause, so hopefully everything is okay. Hopefully everything is all right. It's a tough spot to be in right now for Mario because he's down on supply. He has the tech that he needs to win the game, but I think a bigger issue that's about to pop up is this setup where we see a very high damage output from Storm, and there's not even a Ghost Academy on the map. I don't think there's a Ghost Academy. No, I haven't. No, I don't see one on the building tab. And if we just do a quick scan of his base, there's no Ghost Academy at all. So that could make things really difficult. Because like I said, Storm is pretty close. He's getting 3-3 as well. Keep in mind, Mario is only on +1 upgrades. He's got +1 armor, +1 attack versus a 2-2 Protoss army. And I actually really like charged Zealots with +2. Like if Zealots are up 2 upgrades, like the +1 armor and the +1 attack, that's actually a really good idea. You know what I mean? Like, because he basically has these super tanky units that throw themselves into the Marines, which causes the tanks to splash fire. And I feel like that's a really important thing to be able to do. So, this is a really delicate situation right now, where these Liberators are trying to buy time. The Tempests are really, really good though. That's a scary position in this game. So KiF1rE is going to secure his 5th base. The main is mined out. Of course, Legacy of the Void, all these bases mine out really fast. Natural running out. I gotta say, is the Oracle still alive? It doesn't seem like it. I'd like to see more Stasis Wards. I think Stasis Wards are so dank. 7 more gateways are going to be added. 3-3 is about to finish. He's going to have 3-3 versus 1-1. And I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what extended universe you guys like to study or watch or be a fanboy, fangirl of, but there's very few extended universes where 1-1 bio beats 3-3 charge lots or Colossi. Well, I mean, Colossi kind of suck, but he backs up. He doesn't want to engage into this army just yet. Those Liberators are quite powerful. What, did he just kill those probes? Holy shit. Oh, no, they ran away. Okay, thank God. Wow, I was about to say, God damn. At the same time, Marine Drop's going to make it into the 3rd base of KiF1rE. That one pylon defends the entire drop, and he's going to pull back. Same time, another drop is going to come in. He's going to move it over to the natural expansion. Meanwhile, says, Mario, you want a 5th base? How about no, Scott? This command center is going to go down. The hairdryer flips into the liberation zones. Disruptor ball! Oh! Double Marauder Marine kill. Nice! Out of KiF1rE. As he continues to chip away at a Mario who is closing up back to 200 supply. He's getting there. His supply is going up. He's trying to counter-harass, trying to attack this base in the center position, but the Phoenix is going to come lift up the Marauders with the Zealots and the Archons move in, picking everything off, and the Tempest is going to be able to maybe pick off the Medivac at the very last moment. He almost gets it. So the drop does unload inside of the main base. The Phoenix chasing through are actually taking a lot of damage. Almost picks off both Phoenix. Yeah, he gets both Phoenix, so he's getting a little bit more freedom in the skies. He can move faster. He can juke, jive, dance around, hip, hop, and loo, but he cannot stop this 5th base too. And this army is pushing out. How many Liberators do we have from Mario? 9 Liberators, 15 Marauders, 26 Marines. I like that he started to mix in Marauders. He's recognized the threat of the Colossus. The Liberation Zones are going to be placed all over the army. Does he have enough to actually take this down? The first storms are going to drop on top of the Liberators. Most of them are going down to the yellow out there, all in the orange health. The Colossus still pressing forward. The tanks not sieged up. There's not enough tanks. There's too many Tempests with this army. Mario down to just 120 supply versus 176. Meanwhile, KiF1rE has enough gas in the bank to max out on Templar. This army will continue to march forward and swallow Mario whole. He's building 4 Liberators right now, but he has no Liberators on the map as of this moment. And without Liberators, there's no freedom. The Zealots continue to charge forward with the Archons behind them. The Stalkers bleeding to the sides, so focusing down those Marauders. This Colossus are here. He's got so many Tempests tasteless. 10 Tempests focusing down the command centers, and he's going to pick off this base. The preemptive time warp, he's saying, come at me, brah. Run into the slow zone. And the Disruptor balls! Okay, he cancels those. That was almost really epic. But I don't know if it matters. KiF1rE is at 150 supply, 164. And Mario at just a measly 75. What can a boy do? GG! KiF1rE takes the series 2-0. KiF1rE takes the series 2-0. Well met, well played, well memed.